Max. Or just Max now. Y'all see it's black now? Okay, I see y'all. Y'all opium shit. If you're an animation fan, you gotta remember when the HBO Max first dropped, bro. Back in like 2020. Oh boy. Bro, they had all the hits on their dog. Like, they were the avatar of animation back then. Like, they had shit from every service. Like, when it came down to animation, it was really the go-to. No questions asked. And then the big bad merger hit. Oh my fucking god, bro. And David Zaslav ass, bro, he changed everything, bro. You see, as the owner of Warner Bros, he had the job of making enough revenue to get them out of the pit that all the bombs Warner Bros had been putting out at the time was just digging. So let me just ask y'all a question. How do you think he handled this? Actually, it's D. Well, to no one's surprise, David cut out anything that wasn't currently making Warner Bros. Money at the time, including the projects that wasn't even out yet. There are so many shows that just got straight up canned and sent to the Shadow Realm, but you know, some survived. And how Warner Bros. Does like handle them, oh my gosh, bro. How Warner Bros. Handles making them popular and getting people hooked on them, let me add, god damn. How does Warner Bros. Handle making them popular and getting people hooked on them when they do release? They don't. A lot of people don't even know these shows exist. But I'm gonna get into that later. For now, today, I'm gonna talk about animated shows that never got the chance they deserve from HBO Max.
He said the thing. He said the thing where he said the title of the video.
Yeah.
Holy aura.
All my niggas out here with long hair, do y'all like ever have y'all hair hit y'all nose and like you think it's an itch, but it's really just your hair?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Okay, let me get back on topic. All right, if you know this show, raise your hand. Okay, we got some heart here. Okay. If you've ever in your life seen this show advertised, raise your hand.
Oh, don't even think about it.
Oh, damn. Looks like nobody gets the 100K that was in this shoebox. On a serious note, Fired on Mars is way too good for Max, bro. Like, the show came out and the most promotion you saw it get was an effing Twitter post. Nigga, are you serious? Such a shame too, because it really like pushed some boundaries for adult animation. Like, I know that's a lot of glaze, but let me explain. When you hear adult animation, your mind probably immediately jumps to, I don't know, Family Guy, The Simpsons, South Park, Bob's Burgers, American Dad. If you're destined to become a millionaire with a house the size of Kansas, you thought of the Venture Bros. You're valid for that. A huge connector between all these successful adult animated franchises that they're all comedies and like sitcoms, kinda excluding the Venture Bros. People are kinda just used to turning on good old adult animation and turning their brain off. Kinda how the stigma with cartoons is that they're for kids, when in reality you can use animation to tell any type of story you want. I mean, making animated series for adults quite literally gives you all the creative freedom in the world. So why do people just want to see copy and paste sitcoms for another 2 decades? See, that's just the thing. People are actually open to adult storytelling and animation now, thanks mostly to, I don't know, Invincible. Like, people see animation and just see it doesn't have to be for kids. But the problem with a lot of the best animation on HBO Max was their timing. They came out in 2021 and 2022, like Fire on Mars. It was a show where a guy gets fired on Mars. But it's honestly much deeper than that. We like see life on the planet and we see how it eventually just becomes a repeat of what's already happening on Earth. The cruel and unusual punishment that Jeff has to go through just because he's still finding himself in a world that really just don't give a fuck about him. That shit deep. On top of that, Jackson is the fucking GOAT. You can argue with a wall. It's honestly a show that's so much deeper than it lets on, and it's way too short. I'm not gonna spoil in case you wanna go watch it. I mean, we need supporters for sure, but be warned. I gotta give the cold hard facts here. The show is most likely never coming back, It didn't really end in a satisfying place and felt like it had so much more to tell and to do in the world, but it was cut off because guys in suits didn't want to break the bank on getting a YouTube ad at the very least. So. Okay, I genuinely don't understand why this show hasn't been renewed already. It won a fucking Emmy, but that's the problem. Warner Bros. Doesn't care about giving a show a time to tell a story anymore. They really only care about what the balances look like when the last episode comes out. It's generally so hard to make money from a show that you don't advertise. I mean, I'm not crazy, right? Like, let's look at Invincible. Before it was even what it was today, the first season was plastered all over Amazon Prime, so no wonder it got clicks. Max will literally go out of their way to hide shows from you. Unless you're in a real specific spot of HBO Max, you will never see some of these shows, especially unrecommended. Never. Even if they're in genres that are literally made for them. Okay, let's actually talk about Scavengers Reign. It's about scavengers who reign. Let me stop doing it. But literally, it's not that at all. It's about these people who survive a space crash caused by some selfish dingus who I won't name because I don't want to spoil anyone who hasn't seen it yet. They land on this super harsh planet, all scattered from each other, and are trying to find their way back home. And the show has so many good twists and turns, and it's completely... And it also has a really conveniently placed Magneto alien that's just always on demon time. I mean, it's literally always there when things are looking up. Nigga needs to get a job. And I mean, the show is brutal, bro. It doesn't hold back. Unlike Fire on Mars, though, it ends in a pretty good place if you wipe the last 30 seconds of the finale from your mind. This show is literally one of my favorite shows of all time. It's literally a masterpiece, but there's no legal way to watch it because it was written off as a tax write-off by Warner Bros. Was that correct grammar? I don't know. Final Space couldn't even make it to HBO Max. Hell, I don't even think it ever even made it to streaming. It's insane because Final Space was genuinely a good show that could have gotten to do so many great things, but it just got sold short. What the fuck? Basically, let me give you a synopsis of what it's about. It's basically this pilot named Gary Godspeed or Goodspeed, I forgot what it was. It's one of the two. He was pretty much really lonely because he got in trouble and became a prisoner on a spaceship. And throughout the show, he builds a crew that will help him fight through, any type of situation, and he fights some of the worst people in the universe. I'm being very broad in this description because it is way more than I've named. There's just so much within each episode, especially in the storytelling. It's just too much to just explain in one sentence. There's just so much depth, like just to even the characters. When I tell you though that Final Space got hoed in the worst way, it got hoed. It ended with one of the biggest cliffhangers of all time. What the fuck? Luckily though, Olin Rogers, the creator, he fought tooth and nail for the series. I gotta respect that. What a guy, bro. And he managed to get Final Space a final season in the form of a book that is, oh my god, bro, talk. Damn. The book basically sold some really insane numbers, and the thing is, they sold some crazy fucking numbers. I'm pretty sure it was like millions, and they did that shit with little to no advertising. This sentiment alone should tell you that Warner Bros. Is allergic to money. I would tell you to go watch it, get it to come back, but you would have to sail the 7 seas to do it. And I mean, some of you are gonna pirate the show anyway, but I understand it. It'd be like that. But the only way we can get these companies to stop canceling our favorite shows is by going out and watching them the right way, Honestly, there's a lot that Warner Bros. Is doing wrong when it comes to adult animation. Probably not even just adult animation, maybe even animation in general. But it's just what they're lacking the most in. They're spending money in the entirely wrong lanes when animation could literally bring them the biggest bag possible. I know they're setting up the DCU, which is probably going to be their biggest cash cow, but they're going to need something when the DCU isn't releasing any projects. So it would just make sense that animation fills that gap. especially because people of all ages watch it, especially now. I mean, look at millennials and all them other niggas, whatever the fucking generations are. We all watch cartoons, bro. You watch cartoons. You're watching this video. You watch cartoons. Who wouldn't want to watch them? What the hell do I know, bruh? I'm just a consumer. Honestly, as much as I want to blame the big wigs, we gotta be honest with ourselves too. We're giving too much daylight to shows and movies that don't deserve it. Instead of letting them bomb, we're going out and watching them anyway, while we just let the gems that actually are fucking good just sit in a box never to be opened again. If we want to see good shows again, we have to go out and actually support the shows we like. We gotta go talk about them. We gotta recommend them. We gotta actually stream them and not just watch it online. I mean, I know you can't control this one for the most part, but come on, at least use the free trial. When we do all this is really when we get to see more good shows. That's exactly why one of my favorite shows out right now is doing so good. Common Side Effects is a new adult animated show, and it came out a while back, and not only does it literally have elements of literally every show I named before, it's also made by the same nigga who made Scavengers Reign. So at least they know where the fucking talent's at. The show is consistently in the top 10 and people are actually trying to get buzz around this show. And HBO Max is actually advertising it because of all that. The show has been renewed for a season 2, which is huge for adult animation, especially on HBO Max specifically. With this, we have a chance at seeing more good stuff. And as much as I've hated on Warner Bros, they can seriously make a comeback. If this keeps up, let's just hope they don't choke as soon as they see the comments start to add up. You know, they allergic to money. Let me know if you guys want to see another one of these and give me some shows to watch and I'll talk about them. Since, you made it in the video, I'm pretty much guaranteed to be in your feed again. So you better click the next video when you see it. And with all that said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.